Good morning. Today is October 3rd, 2024. I'm Gene, and you're hanging with Uncle. Today is Thursday, and it's a little later today than I normally do the morning shows. Still have my coffee. I had a procedure this morning on my back. An epidural steroid injection because, well, my back is jacked up. And it took a little longer than anticipated because since my injury, the arthritis is really a lot more prominent now. So I'm a little sore, and that's why I'm a little late. I just got home from the doctor's office. But anyway, thank you for joining us. And today, I want to talk about January 6th. No, not that old thing again, but the new filings because of the court decisions that have come down regarding this immunity deal, or, decision that the Supreme Court came with. So the question is, was causing a riot, inciting people to violence to stop a free and fair election being certified, was that an official act of the president? Again, so predating all this, and this is just a recap, a summary, just Gene's opinion. Once again, forgot the mic. I'd love to know what your opinions are. But again, was the acts of January 6th, the riot, the insurrection, an official act? I think that's a pretty easy question to answer. No. Number one, it's a crime to incite violence. It's not an official act of the president. And again, I have asked this question multiple times since that day in 2021. Is committing a crime an official act? What crime is the president required to commit as a function of his job? There's a responsibility of sitting in the Oval Office behind the Resolute desk. The answer is there is none. This is just the effects of partisan politics played by the Supreme Court, trying to delay the inevitable, and the people aren't going to have it. Again, the people are the final jury. Us, we are going to go to the polls on November 5th, and once again, find him guilty, find him unsuitable for the job, disqualified for the job of president. He did not take actions to uphold and defend or protect the Constitution that day. His actions were about overturning it, just like the Confederate did back in the Civil War with Robert E. Lee and Jefferson Davis and all those traitors to the United States who tried to take down the American flag and have the Confederate flag fly in its place over the White House. So that's what those actions were like to me. And in the new filings by Jack Smith, we have evidence that was unseen before. For example, statements made by Mike Pence talking about he wanted the riot to happen. Do it, make it happen. Which is why, in my opinion, looking at Rudy Giuliani on the ellipse that day talking about trial by combat, especially the way that term was born in Game of Thrones, where, okay, if you kill somebody, you're innocent of the crime that you're being accused of. And if you're innocent and you get killed in combat, well, you must have been guilty anyway. So that's what trial by combat means to me. That's what it means to society, to the millions of people that were Game of Thrones followers. And again, is there an official act that requires the president to want trial by combat? The answer again is no. So I'm curious to see in the new 180-page filing made by Jack Smith how that's going to play out. I know Cadet Bonespurs is going to appeal all the way up, which is why justice is taking so long. Judge Chutkan will rule that this is good. Then they'll appeal it to the appellate court, and the appellate court will uphold Judge Chutkan's ruling, and from there it will go to the Supreme Court again before it comes back to Tanya Chutkan, because that's what this guy's game is every issue. Let's do the appellate delay routine till he gets back here. And then the cycle just keeps going. So, again, we need to support Supreme Court reform. The only branch of government that has no oversight. Congress can impeach, but given our current political makeup in this country, politicians go to Washington to fight for their team, not fight for the Constitution or what is right. So let's remember that the presidency is not the only election on the ballot. Every 435 congressional seats is up for election, and that is where the power is, not in the presidency. So vote your congressional and Senate candidates the way that you would like to see justice meted out, that you don't want to see a Supreme Court getting in the way of the Department of Justice, that you don't want to see free and fair elections being overturned, and that you don't want to see dictators in office. That's just my opinion. Once again, I'd love yours, but in closing, and I'm sorry this is taking a little longer, but remember, Cadet Bonespurs challenged the results of the 2020 election in over 60 different courts, and all of them said there was no evidence, because remember, in a court of law is where you present your evidence. It's a court of law where evidence matters, where you can't just be Chicken Little and stand on your soapbox and say the election was stolen and oh my God, people believe it. Prove it in court. You brought no evidence because you have none. The court of public opinion doesn't mean anything. It means squat. So again, what proof did he bring to court to show that the election was the election was rigged, stolen, tampered with, illegal? Not one shred of evidence in one court in over 60 court filings. So wake up, people. The election wasn't stolen, and the fact that J.D. Vance can't say it was stolen, there's no way I'm going to vote for a party that supports overturning a free and fair election and denying the peaceful transfer of power in this country that has happened ever since President won. So, what are your thoughts? Love to know what they are. Please hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content. And also hit that like button. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss when we go live and put new content out there. So that's what I have for today. I will see you tomorrow along with Zane. And remember, be kind to one another. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. Have a great day, everyone.